Hello students, so let's enter into another class of this chapter, Why Do We Fall Ill? I welcome you all to today's class. So last class what we have studied, if you can recall, we are discussing about the different principles of treatment and also the different entry points of pathogens, the target organs that already have discussed. So now what is left in this chapter? The most important thing, that is, the proverb is prevention is better than cure. So that I am going to explain you through different examples. Right? So today we'll be learning about different preventive measures. So after the end of today's period, what you are going to learn? You'll be able to define vaccine. What is a vaccine that you can able to define? You can explain the working of antibodies to provide resistance against diseases. Means I have told you what are antibodies and they provide protection. Now you'll study and you can explain how the antibodies work, right? So how they work to provide resistance against different diseases. And also you'll be able to differentiate between cowpox and smallpox. So these are two diseases. Cowpox is a disease which affects cow and smallpox affects human beings. How they are different, that also you will learn in today's class. And you will be able to analyze the making of vaccine against the smallpox virus by Edward Jenner. So he was the scientist who developed the first vaccine and it was against the disease smallpox. So how he was able to develop this vaccine, there is a story about it. A very interesting one. That also you will learn in today's class. And so after learning all these, you will be able to justify that prevention is better than cure. So let's proceed. Principles of prevention. So broadly you can divide the principles of prevention into two categories. Number one, general principles of prevention. Number two, the specific principles of prevention. So what are general principles of prevention? Students, general why it is called, because here we are concerned with how to prevent exposure to the infectious microbes. So general principles basically involve preventing exposure to infectious microbes. So how it can be attained, how it can be achieved? Number one, providing living conditions that are not overcrowded. So now this is coronavirus time, this is COVID-19, all of you know how social distancing is being made and how anywhere there is crowd, there is possibility of having a crowd, that is totally prohibited. Many rules and regulations are there and social distancing is well maintained. As you can see that social distancing and one tick mark is given and one cross mark is given. So tick mark means how much of distance should be maintained between two individuals. That is very important. Okay. So providing living conditions that are not overcrowded, means overcrowded, if you are in a gathering or in an overcrowded area, that then you are inviting the entry of pathogens into your body. So here overcrowded area, if you are you have to prevent one thing. Second is very important, that is the use of masks. As you see, nowadays everyone is wearing mask and it is compulsory. If you are not wearing, you have to give some fine and some other punishments are there. So here these are the cotton made masks which you can wash on everyday basis. Every day you have to wash it, okay, and then next day you can wear it. So wearing mask is a must. Here in the picture also you can see how wearing mask, suppose you are wearing the mask, okay, it will cover your nose as well as mouth. So here the entry of these are the two nostrils which are the entry, okay, entry of air, and here mouth also. So both the entrances you are blocking. That is how you are blocking the entry of pathogens. So this is a very important step taken by the government to prevent from the airborne diseases or the airborne pathogens, because when you are sneezing or coughing, then through the droplet infection they are entering into the air and some are remaining suspended, some are falling down. Got it? So those who are suspended in air, they are very dangerous. They can enter to anyone's nostrils and then enter your body and cause the disease. So wearing of mask is very important. That means to prevent you from diseases. Then another is providing safe drinking water. So safe drinking water means the water should be properly treated one. Water treatment plants are there. Okay, they have to convert the water from the harmful form to harmless and usable form. That is the safe drinking water. That type of drinking water you should take. Not that you will drink water from any source which is available to you. So it will prevent you from number of waterborne diseases. Then clean environment. So here number of things come into picture. Clean environment means who will keep the environment clean and who is making the environment polluted. It is we human beings, for our selfish interest. Okay, we are polluting the environment in the name of modernity, in the name of sanitation. Okay, we are using number of things which are causing pollution. Suppose we are using, see, polythene we are using, most of the time we are using polythene bags and containers. Similarly, here you see there is maximum use of plastic also we are using in our daily life. Every day we are using plastic in our daily life, and we are using disposable syringes, disposable cups, disposable trays in train. Suppose you are going by train, then you must have marked how many disposable trays are being used every day. Then we are throwing it. Is it not causing pollution? In what way we are cleaning the environment? We have to clean the environment. We have to take steps to clean the environment. For that, instead of using polythene, we should use paper made bags. Right here, paper bags we should use, because this is environment friendly. It will not cause any pollution, and because of pollution we are inviting the diseases, the infecting agents we are inviting only by polluting the environment. So the next step is clean environment. And another very important thing is not allowing the mosquito breeding, because you know, the suppose a pond, any aquatic body, the mosquito larvae will grow and become an adult mosquito. Then that adult mosquito can act as a vector or a carrier of different diseases. Got it? So if in the larval stage we are killing the mosquito, that is using insecticides, pesticides or biological control, that we can do. But why we should allow the mosquito to breed? After breeding, larvae will be produced now. So what steps we can take that we can prevent mosquito breeding? Means we should not allow the water to stagnate on streets or any open space, because stagnant water is the breeding place for the mosquitoes. Then, so these are all the general principles which we have to follow in order to get ourselves prevented from different diseases. Then what are specific principles? Here it involves developing a strong immune system, so that the immune cells, the cells which are belonging to the immune system, they will manage to kill off the infective agents long before it assumes the major proportions. So what is the meaning here? The meaning is we have to develop a strong immune system so that it is able to fight with the infective agents. Okay? Suppose any infective agent is entering into your body, then it is allowed to, if our body is allowing it to grow and multiply and increase in number, then it will cause the disease, no? That means it is assuming major proportion. If you allow, if your body, if your immune system is allowing it to grow and multiply, then only it can assume major proportions. Hence, we have to develop a strong immune system so that our immune system will fight and kill off the infective agent long before it assumes major proportions, long before it multiplies and increases in number and causes or increases the severity of the disease. So now, how to develop a strong immune system? That's a big question, and that's a very important question. How to develop a strong immune system? Here comes the very first step, that is intake of balanced diet. Okay, What is a balanced diet? A diet which contains the different types of nutrients in adequate amounts. So what are those constituents, nutrients? What are those nutrients which make the balanced diet? We should have adequate amount of carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, minerals and roughage and water. Got it? So these are the ingredients which must be taken in adequate amount to constitute a balanced diet. Okay, I have prepared a food pyramid where the balanced diet is shown. Let me show you. So here all of you mark, this is a pyramid, food pyramid, and the different types of constituent foods are there. Carbohydrates, okay, then ghee, oil, this is the fats, then the vegetables means vitamins and minerals, then here you see fish, egg, milk, etc. These are the proteins, and here roughage. So these are the 5 important constituents of balanced diet. So here this is a model showing balanced diet, and in reality let me show you what is a balanced diet. So this is the food pyramid for balanced diet. All of you please see food pyramid for balanced diet. Now in reality what is a balanced diet? So I have prepared a food tray. Let's see what are the components in it. So first, this is bread. This is your carbohydrate. It is there in this plate, food plate, carbohydrate. And you see here these are this is pulses. Okay. This is arhar dal. This is your protein component in the diet, and I have used here a earthen pot. This is also eco-friendly. So carbohydrates, then proteins, then coming to this fats. See, this is cheese and this is butter. So cheese and butter, these are all fat containing food items. They must be there in your diet also. It's not that you should not take fatty foods. Well, fatty foods you don't take, but fat should be there in your diet because it is an important constituent of balanced diet. You have to take fats as well. Nowadays, figure conscious, all are figure conscious and they avoid fat. Totally you should not avoid fats. Fat is a important constituent of balanced diet. You have to take fats, right? Then coming to see the vegetables here. So these are the vegetables which provide you vitamins and minerals. And this is milk. Milk contains protein. So protein must be there in your diet. And in addition you can take fish, meat, egg. They are also very rich sources of protein. But most important thing is roughage. Don't forget to take roughage. Usually children don't like roughage. See, roughage means cellulose content should be there, cellulose and fiber content. Here this is coriander leaves and this is leafy vegetable, and you can have roughage. You should have roughage in your diet. In everyday diet, roughage should be there. Why roughage should be there? All of you know, because roughage helps in proper bowel movement. It will make the waste product, the texture, it is making proper texture so that it can move through the alimentary canal, through the large intestine, it will reach the rectum and it will be stored in the anus. Otherwise, if you are not taking this roughage in your diet, what will happen? There will be constipation. There may be piles, bleeding piles. So why to suffer from disease? Why not take roughage and why not take balanced diet? So here all the components are present. You see carbohydrates, then fats, see fats, then you have protein in milk, then you have vegetables, that is vitamins and minerals, then you have this roughage means cellulose content or fiber content in your diet. Then only it constitutes a balanced diet. So that is very important. It will make your immune system strong so that you can fight with the infecting agents. If your immune system becomes a strong one. Then the next is vaccination, disease specific means of prevention. So here you see in the diagram how the vaccines are helping to prevent us from any disease. Now, first of all, you must understand what is a vaccine. A vaccine is a weakened or inactivated form of a pathogen which is deliberately introduced into our body to produce the protective strong proteins called antibodies, which provides us the defense against specific diseases. We can fight with the disease, right? So, knowingly we are putting a disease causing organism, but that disease causing organism is in inactivated form, right? It is in a weakened form. It will not be able to cause the disease. However, this pathogen, this inactive pathogen can stimulate our immune system to produce the protective proteins called antibodies. Getting me? So, knowingly why we are putting a pathogen? Knowingly, deliberately. It is because after getting introduced into our body, your immune system will be stimulated to produce the protective proteins called antibodies. Those antibodies, they will help us providing the defense against specific diseases. So that is called a vaccine. So now, how the vaccine is introduced and what is the process called? A vaccine is introduced into our body either orally. You see polio drops putting in the mouth, polio drops, small children they are taking. So either orally or through injections, right? So vaccines are introduced into our body either orally, means through mouth, means through drops, or through injections. The process of introducing a vaccine into our body is called vaccination. Got it? What is a vaccine and what is vaccination? Vaccination is the process of introduction of vaccine into our body. How it is introduced? Either through the mouth cavity or through injections. So now I have told you there is a story regarding Edward Jenner, how he discovered the first vaccine. The first vaccine is against smallpox. You see, cowpox is a disease caused by a virus. And usually the milkmaids who take care of the cow, they suffer from cowpox. And those milkmaids, Edward Jenner marked that those milkmaids who have already suffered from cowpox, they are not suffering from smallpox. Because he was a scientist, you see how the observation skill is there. He could observe that why these milkmaids who have already suffered from cowpox, why they are not suffering. Whereas other normal persons and other milkmaids who have not suffered from cowpox, they are suffering from smallpox. Right. So he could identify that the smallpox virus, the smallpox is caused by virus, that virus and the cowpox causing virus, both are somewhat similar, means they belong to similar group, they are close relatives, right? So he thought of experimenting, right? He collected the fluid from a milkmaid who was suffering from cowpox. So from the injury, from that spot where the pus is there, that fluid he collected. Edward Jenner collected the fluid from an infected cowpox milkmaid. Then that fluid contains the virus. Which virus? Cowpox virus. He introduced it, knowingly he introduced it into a small boy. You can see in the picture a healthy small boy is there, to whom Edward Jenner is injecting what? The fluid collected from the cowpox infected milkmaid. So then he observed after some days the boy is developing what? Cowpox. Got it? Boy is developing cowpox. After that boy is recovering because smallpox, that cowpox is not very dangerous one. So he is getting recovery from cowpox. After that Edward Jenner introduced the live smallpox virus. The potent smallpox virus into the body of that same boy who has already recovered from cowpox. What he obtained, the result was really astonishing. What he found? he found that the boy is not at all suffering from smallpox. So he concluded that the boy has developed immunity for smallpox after suffering from cowpox. Got it? Means after suffering from cowpox, the immune system has prepared some antibodies. Those antibodies remain in the blood of that boy. And since smallpox and cowpox are close relatives, those antibodies which are in the blood of the small boy, now those antibodies can fight with the smallpox virus when the live smallpox virus is introduced into the boy's body or bloodstream. Got it? So, those antibodies which are there in the blood, they will fight with the smallpox virus and they will make the smallpox virus inactive, or they can kill the smallpox virus, so that it is not allowed to grow, to multiply, to increase in number and to cause the disease. Understood? So, such is the work of scientists. They are definitely very brave people. It requires large amount of courage to do such things, isn't it? So, now you see, this is how the first vaccine against smallpox was prepared by Edward Jenner. Okay, and this smallpox, it's a dangerous disease. It causes number of scars in the body. After recovery, number of scars, you look very ugly. Your whole body, number of scars are there. Okay, so I can show you the picture. Just a minute, I am showing you the picture. Yes, you mark here. In this diagram, in this picture, you mark smallpox and chickenpox. Smallpox, the left side the person is having, how? Even his eye is also affected. So those scars, permanent scars, throughout the lifetime the scars will be there. So it is very dangerous disease and it is fatal even. Many people died. When the vaccine was not there, many people died because of this smallpox. But now the credit goes to Edward Jenner, that we people are all protected from smallpox virus. It was an epidemic. Now it is not there because we have eradicated it through vaccination program. So you see how a vaccine is prepared. Means we know that our immune system will react to any foreign substance that enters our body. That we know. So that is why we are clever enough to prepare vaccines. So what we are doing, we are making our immune system full. Why? Because we are knowingly introducing a pathogen, so that the immune system will think that something foreign has entered, then it will start preparing the antibodies. Got it? So this is how your immune system is preparing the antibodies. So it is not actually causing the disease, but would prevent any subsequent exposure to the infected microbe. I told you how it is preventing from subsequent exposure. I am giving one example. Suppose polio vaccine you have taken. A baby has taken polio vaccine today. After 6 to 8 months, okay, the real live polio virus enters into the body of the baby. Now that baby is not going to get the disease. He will not suffer from polio, because by that time, suppose 8 months have passed, by that time the immune system has prepared the antibodies, thinking that when you have given the vaccine, polio vaccine, that time the polio virus in inactivated form you have introduced, that time the immune system has started preparing antibodies, thinking that that's the real pathogen. So the antibodies are ready in the baby's blood. Now the antibodies will fight with the polio virus, the live polio virus, after 8 months, and then kill the polio virus, so that the baby will not suffer. So it will protect the baby not only that time, any time in future. If the live polio virus enters, he will remain protected from polio. Just imagine how much helpful are these vaccines. So now the different countries, different nations have taken steps for childhood immunization program. So this is coming under public health program of childhood immunization. Many vaccines are now available for preventing a whole range of infectious diseases and provide a disease specific means of prevention. Vaccination cards with schedule. Schedule means which month when it is to be taken, all these information are there. Which vaccine is to be taken, when it is to be taken. So the vaccination cards with schedule are given to the parents with the newborn babies. So here is a picture showing the schedule for children, at which age and which vaccination is to be given, and it provides protection against which diseases. All these are mentioned in the card. Every parent should take care of this and give vaccines timely. So timely vaccination is very important. If that particular time is passed and you are giving the vaccine, then it may not be working properly. So timely vaccination is a must for every child. So now you see, lifestyle has a major role on immunity power of an individual. Usually rural people have higher resistance than city people with luxurious life. As I have told you in the beginning of this chapter, storytelling, luxurious life without exercise, without hard work, your immune system becomes weak. Got it? So the city people, they are having luxurious life, so they don't have a very strong immune system. Got it? So you have to work hard, you have to take balanced diet, then only you have to go for exercise, sound sleep. All these are very important in your lifestyle. It has been found that majority of children in many parts of India are already immune to hepatitis A virus by the time they are 5 years old. So majority of India means mainly the rural children. Okay, when a team of doctors are going for vaccination, means for hepatitis A, what they found, already the child is immune to hepatitis A. So how it is possible? It is because of the exposure of the child, okay, to different environmental conditions which are available naturally. So suppose they are taking bath in the ponds, okay, in that pond also there is cleaning of clothes and some waste products are also released. So that is contaminated water, and in that water hepatitis A is there, the infecting agent is there. So that has entered into their body and they might have developed some symptoms, maybe some fever and like that. But they have recovered from the disease and they have developed antibodies. So they are already immune to hepatitis A. So here you see majority of children by 5 years old already they are immune to hepatitis A. Got it? So it is due to the exposure of such children to the virus through contaminated water of ponds and other aquatic bodies. So what you find, that vaccination is definitely prevention. But if you say that I have taken vaccine, there is no need of maintaining other health habits. No. Vaccine you have taken for specific diseases. No one knows what disease will affect you or what infecting agent will enter into your body. Why not maintain a strong immune system? Right? So take balanced diet, sound sleep, regular exercise, healthy habits. Got it? That will definitely develop your immune system and will make you strong enough to fight with different diseases. And in COVID-19 case, you must have observed those who are having a strong immune system, they are better survivors. Here age is not a barrier. It is the strong immune system that matters. Got it? So from this chapter now comes to an end and we will be learning other things in the next chapter. So at the end of this chapter, what are the outcomes? What you have learnt? I hope you must have learnt number of things and now you are able to define what is a vaccine. You can explain the working of antibodies to provide resistance against diseases. You can differentiate between cowpox and smallpox. You can analyze the making of a vaccine against smallpox by Edward Jenner. Also, you can justify the proverb. What is it? Prevention is better than cure. Everyone is able to answer and the different questions which I am going to ask. I am sure you will be able to answer. So let's recapitulate what we have learnt from this class. What is vaccination? Just we have discussed, it is a process of introduction of vaccine into our body, either orally or through injection, to develop defense or resistance against pathogens or against diseases. Then the next question, which special property of immune system forms the basis or principle of immunization? So here the special property is the memory, because the immune system, how it is able to fight with the pathogen second time, because our immune system, I told you, it can distinguish between self and non-self. So that important property of memory, keeping a track of the previous attack of the pathogen, that memory is there in the immune system. So it can easily recognize that this pathogen has entered once. Okay, last 5 years back it has attacked. It can recognize, and then it can fight with it, because already the antibodies are there to fight with it. Why rural children have more immunity than city-based children with luxurious lifestyle? Just now we have discussed, because rural children are exposed to different natural environmental conditions, and they are exposed to the disease causing agents, and they develop the disease. Thereby they develop antibodies and have better immunity. So they are giving chance to the immune system to work. Thereby they develop immunity. Whereas these city children having luxurious lifestyle, immediately they take medicine. They are not providing any chance to the immune system to work, to become strong. And they are also lavish lifestyle, no hard work, no exercise. All these are also counting for their less immune power. Then the next question, who is credited with making of the first vaccine? So here the answer is Edward Jenner. Do you agree that prevention is better than cure? Justify your answer. So here the answer is yes. Then how to justify? You have to explain how prevention is better than cure. You see, once a disease has occurred, once you are affected, what is the option left? Option left is treatment. Got it? So there are a number of diseases which are incurable. So for those diseases, the treatment is there. You see, AIDS, cancer, they are not curable till now. So why to develop such diseases which are incurable? Why not take preventive measures so that the disease will not occur? Understood? So cure means the treatment. You cannot treat every disease. If you are taking preventive measures, you can prevent the occurrence of every disease. Got it? So definitely prevention is better than cure. So students, we have come to the end of this chapter. Thank you all.